Trump pulled up to the White House and he said that he's going to dismantle the deep state. Let's just focus more on the White House right now. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
And did not attend Biden's inauguration. The president-elect arrived in Washington earlier this morning to meet with House Republicans. Congressional Republicans in both chambers will pick their leadership today. Today's White House meeting comes as Trump quickly announced a number of cabinet appointments. The latest include John Ratcliffe to be the CIA director. Ratcliffe was the director of national intelligence in the last Trump administration. Trump has also picked Pete Hegseth, Fox News host and Army veteran, to serve as defense secretary. These are positions that have to be confirmed by the Senate. The 78-year-old incoming president also announced the plan to create a new agency. He is calling it the Department of Government Efficiency, led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Elon Musk is in Washington today. You can see this picture of him. He's traveled with Trump aboard his plane. He poured more than $100 million into helping President-elect Trump win. Mr. Trump said the goal of this new department is to help dismantle government bureaucracy and to slash excess regulations. We know that Elon Musk was on Capitol Hill earlier today with the president-elect. Not clear whether he's also at the White House at this hour, but he has been with the president, advising him and being with him as they put together this new team for the White House. Now, Trump will retake the presidency with a much broader support among the American people than when he first took the oath of office in 2017. I want to show you the tape now from the Oval Office of the two presidents shaking hands.
Looking forward to having like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
good.
Welcome
Thank you
back.
very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate very much a transition that's so smooth. It'll be as smooth as it can get, and I
nice
very much
vibe
appreciate
is.
that, Jim.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
Biden looks so happy. He looks so happy. He looks like he's got a second jolt of Coca-Cola. Looked like he got some, some uppers. He got some uppers. Biden, I believe in my heart that Biden actually voted for Kamala Harris. If you ask, for Trump, I believe that Biden voted for Trump. Trump voted for Trump. Kamala Harris might have even voted for Trump because she was like, you know what, this is too stressful. Women shouldn't be in this position. I want to go home and cook my greens in the tub with my bacon in it. I want to go home and cook my greens in the tub with the bacon in it. Why are they yelling like that? So they just going to start yelling out like that?
Thank you all.
Jesus! Good God almighty, what the hell is happening inside of the White House? Don't y'all got some kind of couth? Whoa! Whoa! It was just... I was looking around like, what is going on? I know they're yelling out questions. You can't hear nothing.
I want to give you a sense of what happens in the Oval Office there. That is the White House pool. Those are photographers, print reporters, radio, television reporters as part of a small pool that gets invited into the Oval Office to not only take pictures there, but sometimes to shout questions, because sometimes the president or president-elect will respond. In this case, they've decided not to respond, and the press pool is being shuffled out of the Oval Office. Want to go to Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes
all
more
women in there.
on this meeting at this hour. Nancy, now, we don't know how long they'll talk, but we have heard from members of President Biden's team about what President Biden would like to talk with the president-elect about, right?
Right. First and foremost, he wants to talk about making this a smooth transition. President Biden himself remembers all too well 4 years ago when then President Donald Trump did not extend that same courtesy to him because Donald Trump was insisting that he had actually won the election and was going to stay in the Oval Office. And so all of the mechanics that you normally see with a transition, it takes months. It's extremely complicated. It's supposed to be very sophisticated to pave the way for the next administration. A lot of that didn't happen, Nora. And so today, President Biden making it clear in that meeting that he intends to do everything that he can to help the incoming president. Beyond that, beyond the two of them saying it was going to be a smooth transition, they really didn't have much in the way of compliments to pay to each other. Normally, when you see leaders there in the Oval Office sitting with the president, they at least exchange some niceties about what a great job the other has done. We didn't hear a lot of that today, but it is still a good sign that at least there is going to be more of a transition this time around than there was 4 years ago.
Nancy Cordes, thank you. And as you can see, that fire roaring in the back of the Oval Office, something the President Biden likes to have, a fire in the Oval Office. It's cool in Washington, but it's 50 degrees at this hour. But you can see that roaring fire. I want to bring in Chief Election Campaign Correspondent and Campaign Correspondent Robert Costa. And Robert, we've heard from the President's National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, on Face the Nation here on Sunday, saying that he's going to bring up not only domestic issue, but foreign policy issues, including the war in Ukraine. What do you expect to happen today? We don't know just yet. It could be an extended meeting.
Nora, I've been talking to people close to President Biden and close to President-elect Trump. And if you look at the video we just saw, they seem to be in relatively good spirits. The president smiling, President-elect Trump shaking the hand of President Biden. Here's what I know, talking to people very close to both of these gentlemen. President Biden is sitting across from someone who did not defeat him. He beat Trump in 2020, and he obviously, as we all know, exited the race in 2024.
Oh, that L was coming. We all seen it. We didn't even have to wait for it. They pushed him out. They bullied him, and they pushed him out.
And behind the scenes, many Biden allies still believe that President Biden would have beaten President-elect Trump if Biden was still on the ballot in
Who believe that? Who believes that? Who in this chat or in the world actually believes that Biden would have beat Trump in this election? Nobody, not a soul, no one is posing that question and saying that Biden would have beat Trump in this election. Stop it.
2024. And they say that behind the scenes, yes, President Biden dislikes President-elect Trump and how he's a danger to democracy in President Biden's view. But at the same time, they don't have this personal animus right now against each other. And it's interesting, President-elect Trump has been telling people behind the scenes he believes that President Biden is okay with him. That at the end of the day, he thinks President Biden, this is Trump's characterization, President Biden is angrier at Democrats for nudging him out of the race than he is at President-elect Trump. So for history, quite an intriguing dynamic between these two presidents sitting there in the Oval Office. On policy, Trump is telling people he wants to move quickly to cut a peace deal with Vladimir Putin, Volodymyr Zelensky, and have the United States, through Trump, be a broker of that deal. You could see the United States weigh in through Biden today to have President Biden give his 2 cents. But at the end of the day, President-elect Trump saying it's he and he alone who will be the one to cut that deal come 2025, if it can happen.
It's an important.
Nobody in the world believed that Biden was going to win that election. Not a soul. But I do believe that I don't think that Biden have anything against Trump. I believe that Biden 100% is cool with Trump. I don't think that it's a beef. I don't think that it's a problem. I don't think they got issues. They probably kicking it behind. He probably was helping to work behind the scenes on Trump's behalf and voted for Trump. I believe that Biden absolutely hates Kamala Harris. I believe that Biden absolutely hates Kamala Harris. I believe he despises and spit on the picture of Nancy Pelosi. I believe that he 100% is against all of them. All of them. I think he hate them all. He probably don't like none of them people that's around. He probably is an advocate. Probably already gave keys to Trump to the White House. Gave keys to Trump to the White House to make sure he can, and giving him all of the keys to make sure he get this government efficiency program to clean them all out. I don't think for 1 second that Biden is cool with, likes, embraces, rocks with, is advocating for. He probably prayed against them. He probably went to Louisiana and got some dust and threw it on them. 100%. Eric D says, no, Biden understands politics. We all understand politics. I understand that he had to smile and act like he still liked Kamala Harris. But guess what? At the Democratic National Convention, he was supposed to be there the whole time. Somehow, some way, his schedule changed once he was out, and they made him speak first. He had to speak first. They changed his arraignment from Democratic National Convention major speaker to where he had to speak first, and he never even stayed overnight. He left as soon as the Democratic National Convention, as soon as his speech was done on the first day, Biden was out. You're not going to sit here and tell me that he rocking with her. He hate that chick. He probably be telling Jill, I hate that hoe. I hate that hoe. Gets on my nerves. Rather have Michelle Obama in the office than Kamala Harris. I guarantee you he hate her. Guaranteed he hate her. Anyways.